Hey, everybody. Happy Monday. It's Monday, September 14th. Where has the month gone? Oh my gosh, I'm so behind. Anybody else behind? What are we behind on? I'm behind. I hope you're all doing well. There's a little bit of a delay, so I do a little chatter at the beginning. If this is your first time here, my name is Leslie Benson. I'm the founder of the Plaid Poodle. I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator, and I teach people how to make fun, crafty, pretty paper crafts. Hi, Donna. It's a beautiful day here in Kansas City. I had to pull myself away from our back porch. I just had lunch on the back porch, and it's so nice. Perfect weather. Before we start on our project, which I'm really excited about, you'll see over here the September host code, and I have not shared what I'm gifting this month. It's the Strong and Beautiful stamp set. It has 12 red rubber stamps. Hi, Valerie. And it's just full of beautiful, feminine sentiments that you could use for all of your women friends. There's Mother's Day, but there's also you're amazing and that's a fact. You have what it takes to be unstoppable, and I couldn't be more proud. Thank you for always being there for me. It's just a really nice set. So if you place an order with me during the month of September and use the hostess code that's in the upper, I think it would be in your upper right hand corner, your name goes in a drawing for this set. Valerie, you're here. Did you receive your set yet? You were the winner of the last month's hostess stamp set. Have you received it? There's always a delay, so I have to wait a second. I hope so. I mailed them last week. And we'll have to do a search if it's lost. I also wanted to mention, I've kind of been remiss about mentioning the Get and Go starter kit promotion. If you have ever thought about joining Stampin' Up!, you don't have to do what I do. I have my Stampin' Up! Demonstratorship as a part-time business. It works around helping care for my grandchildren and my mother. But our team is filled with hobbyists, which are people who just joined to get the discount, which is a great deal. Or there are career gals that have made it a full-time career. Yes, you received it. Good. Good. But right now, for the Get and Go Starter Kit promotion, in addition to picking whatever you want, $125 worth of product for $99 and free shipping, you will also receive the Queen Anne's Lace stamp set, the Queen So Much Love stamp set, a pack of rhinestone basic jewels, and then 8 card kits. And Stampin' Up! Will have them all in cello for you. And then they even have samples and things, videos for you to create cards using the Queen Anne's stamp set and the So Much Love stamp set. So that's 2 free stamp sets plus some extra cardstock and some basic jewels to add to your kit. And that is for the month of September only. So we're in the middle of it. So keep that in mind. I would love to have you on my team. We have a small but mighty little team, but we are part of a bigger, greater team, one of the top teams in the country. So I'd love to talk to you about it if you're interested. Today we are going to make the most fun thing. I mentioned it on Wednesday. I hope the lighting's going to be good. This is a framed piece of home decor using some of our products. Hey, Michelle. And I got this frame at Dollar Tree, and this is what it looked like. I bought several of them. And then I just pulled it apart, and I'll show you how I did that in 1 second. They had these teal color ones, which I thought went really well with our Gilded Autumn paper. It kind of matches the Mint Macaron colors. They had some purple ones, but you could paint these any color you wanted for $1 with some craft paint or spray paint even. I pulled it apart. It basically destroyed the picture, but I've got all the little flowers that I'm going to save and use those for something else. But I just like making home decor projects, and it seems like I like to do it in the fall. Here's one I made last fall with this is a retired set, and I even made the frame. It's a paper frame, and I probably have a blog post about this or a YouTube video, so I will reference that this afternoon so you can learn how to make this paper frame. It's really not as hard as it would seem, but for $1, let's buy one. We don't have to make our own paper frame. And then I think 2 years ago, I copied this out of our catalog. This is the Tin Tile 3D embossing folder on some silver foil, and then just a little designer series paper and a stamp, and I pulled that from our Country Home stamp set, which is still in the catalog. So it's a keeper. It's been here for a while, and it's really a fun autumn stamp set too. And I got this little board thing at one of the hobby stores, or maybe Hobby Lobby or Walmart, and I just painted it with some craft paint, and it has a little stand, and I like to pull it out in the fall and hang that up. So I pulled those out just to kind of give you an idea of things you can do with paper products that aren't necessarily scrapbooking or card making. Hi, Mary. I pulled the idea for today's project out of the Holiday Mini, which if you don't have one, I just got another shipment in, so I would love to send you one. Just message me or leave a comment in the comments below, and I'll get with you and we can get one out in the mail to you right quick. But I noticed back in the bundles section on page 75, this square card. I kind of liked it. I started to use that plaid paper, the plaid Tidies paper, but then I wanted to make it more fallish and use autumn colors, so I went with the Gilded Autumn paper and kind of changed it up. So use your catalogs as resources for jumping off points to make your projects. Mary Gunn is here, and I wanted to share, I completely forgot I wanted to share this. If any of you watched Friday night, her Craft Roulette, she has the most fun show. It's kind of like Chopped, only we make cards. You get some ingredients and you make cards. It's on her Facebook page, correct, Mary? You can put the link in the comments if you'd like. I think it's Mary Gunn Fun on Facebook, if I'm correct. There's a link to get to this show. And this is the card I made. Oh, that's okay, Valerie. I will call and tell them to add that to the hostess code. They're usually good about doing that. Or if you want to call Stampin' Up, but I'll do it. So you don't have to worry about it. And I will send you a catalog. Our parameters were watercolor, tag. What else? I'm going to forget. Oh, and the colors green, blue, and yellow. So I watercolored some paper and cut some tulips out. I used green, blue, and yellow, and I put them on a tag on the card front. Then this one, I used paper with green, blue, and yellow in it. And I turned it into a tag, basically a tag-shaped card. That was kind of fun. I worked on these last night. And then I kind of went off the parameters on this one. My husband said, you skipped one. I said, Mary said that I could use an artistic, yes, floral cluster. So here's the floral cluster. Here's the floral cluster. And my husband pointed this one out, that there is no floral cluster. But I did a cluster, and it has a little bit of greenery in it. So I made that Christmas card. I kind of was just going with the flow yesterday, and I completely forgot about the flowers. So I apologize, Mary, about that. I was using, I was going off the grid. That was so fun. I hope to do it again someday. Okay, to get to our project, like I said, I got this Dollar Tree frame, and I popped the back out. It was real easy to pop the back out just with my fingers. And then I ripped all that unicorn goodness off. Captain Bruce. I'm going to have to start calling him that. Everybody has a name for their other one. We have Mr. Magic, and I'm going to have to start calling him Captain Bruce. Anyway, back to the project. The hardest part was getting all the paper and glue off of this backing. I just used an X-Acto knife and worked on it for about 10 or 15 minutes. I just wanted it clear enough so that the frame would fit back in the box, basically. So that was the hardest part of the whole project. Then I took a piece, these are 4 3/4 by 4 3/4, and this is Cajun Craze. And I didn't use any hot glue in this project. I just used my multi-purpose liquid glue, which I think will have staying power. And if not, it's just paper. Okay, so that's my background. Then I took a piece of the Gilded Autumn paper. I was going to use the foil, the gold foil paper. It's so beautiful in this collection, but I felt like it would take away from all the stuff I wanted to put on top. I wanted the background to be a little muted. And if you followed me for any length of time, you know I like stripes. So I picked this striped pattern. And then I don't know if you noticed, and I got that idea from the sample in the catalog. They have punched little half circles out of the corners, so they didn't round them. I thought that was kind of a neat touch. And because I am so worried about getting things straight and even, I made myself a template. I just cut a piece of, this is 3 3/4 by 4, because I'm going to put it right up top like that. So I made a little out of copy paper. I folded it in half and did my circle punch so that my circles would be even, because I worry about things like that. I think if you just eyeballed it, it would be fine. Plus, you guys know how when I come on here live, things go awry. So I might do it privately just perfect, but I come on here with y'all and things go a little awry. Okay, and then I'm just gonna, I think I use this multi-purpose liquid glue for everything except for putting the backing back on. I use some Stampin' Dimensionals. And then I'm just gonna center this at the top. Then all that's left is our stamping and our die cutting. It's a pretty quick project, really. I was surprised how fast it happened. So I've got a little square of Cajun Craze and a little square of mint macaron, which I pulled from the paper. It is hard to waste that gold foil paper. It really is. I know. You just have to close your eyes and do it. And you could try it with some gold foil paper. I was just afraid it would be a little distracting from all that's going on. So I'm using mint macaron and Cajun Craze. Hi, Susan. And the stamp set I'm using is the Gather Together. I've used this a lot. You're probably getting sick of it, but I love it. I love anything with leaves when it's fall time. And I'm using the included, well, it's not included. If you purchase the bundle, you save 10%, and I'm using the dies. So I'm taking the largest leaf, I forgot to mention on the little circles, I used a 3/4 inch circle punch. I think a 1 inch would work too. Stampin' Up! Retired their 3/4 inch. I think a 1/2 inch. I think any circle punch would work. I just grabbed that one. Cajun Craze all over. I think that is all. We're going to die cut those out. Excuse me. My goodness. What happens when you eat lunch before you come on live? Then we're going to stamp the Season of Thanks. And I'm doing that in Versamark. So you want to take your anti-static tool. I'm using the Retired Embossing Buddy. I saw someone on Pinterest or Facebook that made their own out of cornstarch. They just took some, I don't know what this fabric would be. Muslin? It's like flour sack fabric when they used to have flour sacks. I don't know how I would know that. But then she filled it with cornstarch and sewed up the ends, and she said it worked good. So if you're crafty like that, you can make your own embossing buddy. Can you hear my dog making her little nest down underneath the desk? She has a bed under there, and you know how dogs dig? She always has to make her presence known, right? Last week she had to go outside. Okay, so I used some Versamark, and now I'm going to sprinkle some white embossing powder over. And that is all the stamping that we're going to do. Then we are going to heat this first. Cotton from a fat quarter. Okay. So Mary, did you put cornstarch in it, or you just use the cotton as your anti-static tool? That works. I should show you guys what's happening. I need my tweezers really bad. Okay. Then I cut a scallop circle, the second from the smallest of the scalloped in the layering circles dies, and then the second from the smallest in the circle die. Cornstarch baby powder combo. Okay, so there you go, guys. Just use cotton from a fat quarter, whatever that is. And I'll have to Google fat quarter. I know it has something to do with quilting. So we're going to die cut all this out. I'm trying to work and read your all's comments. I'm learning some things today. So I'm going to cut both those leaves out. I'm going to cut the sentiment out and then just a plain scallop circle. I'm also going to cut out two, because I've already done this for you, so you don't have to watch me. One of those, one of those. I cut out a copper brushed metallic leaf and a gold brushed metallic leaf. And here's our circles. I was able to get that all done before we logged on today. I'm sorry, I'm having such allergies, y'all. So I'm sorry I'm itching my nose. It's so rude. Okay, I wanted to see my placement in the frame. So I put my frame in and then decorated it. But you might find it easier to decorate and then put it in. But I wanted to see how it would look inside the frame. So that's why I did that. And you could use hot glue. I didn't want to get my hot glue gun out. So I'm just going to use a little bit of this E6000. It's supposed to glue everything, and it seemed to work. We just had some of this, and I didn't want to mess with the hot glue. The multi-purpose liquid glue or Elmer's glue might work too. I'm a fan of that multi-purpose liquid glue. I think it's pretty snazzy. This, I think you just get at Walmart or the hardware or something, but it's supposed to glue everything. Paper, metal, wood. I'm going to get all the drips out. And see how that just fit right back in there? I forgot to mention they came with these little, these things. So if you when you take it off, you're going to need a little, like an eyeglass. I don't know what happened to my little screwdriver. I was going to show you what it looked like, but an eyeglass repair kit, because there's these tiny little Phillips head screws. So I use that if you want to hang it back up. It also came with the little hanger. So it's kind of cute. I'm just going to set mine around somewhere. And then once I got that in there, let me use this again. I'm going to clean up any glue that kind of shot through. It's going to turn clear anyway, but I don't want a big, bubble of glue. So there is the base. Then I took my two larger leaves and I curled them with my bone folder. Just to give them a little dimension. I didn't want them to lay flat. Okay. Then I use dimensionals. And just okay. Now's when I put in my little ring. These are the gold hoops. I guess they could be earrings. They're not very heavy. You could make real big gold hoop earrings. How many of these do you get in a pack? These are kind of fun. Oh, these came in a different package, so I don't know how many came in a pack. I'll look that up in a minute. And I just put those down with some mini glue dots. And then when we add our metallic leaves, it'll kind of help hold it down. I think you get 12 of these. Okay. Just adds a little glitter behind. That's going to drive me nuts now, so I want to look it up. It's with that beautiful sweet, the Forever Greenery sweet. Gold hoops are on page 156. I'm just curious. You get 10, and they're 2 1/8 inch in diameter. Okay, then I curled my little gold leaves. They don't curl as easily, but I did it a little bit. I kind of wanted my leaves to look a little tattery. And I just used a little liquid glue to put those down with. And I basically positioned them to cover up those mini glue dots that I used on the hoops. This little guy doesn't want to stick. There we go. Okay, and then for our little tag, I'm just going to adhere this to the Early Espresso scallop circle. And use a dimensional. And a half. I am going to turn that one a little sideways so it looks like it's coming out from underneath there. And then I just added the bow and a little, I don't know if you can see it, it's kind of in the shadows, that little acorn trinket. These are so cute. You could make earrings out of these. I'm trying to see. You get 20 little acorn trinkets in a pack. And I'm using the copper metallic ribbon from the Basket Weave Metallic Ribbon Combo because it goes perfectly with that brushed metal. And I'm just kind of deciding how big my bow needs to be. It doesn't need to be very big. That's probably good. Whoops. And I put a mini glue dot as soon as I find them. There. Sorry for all the banging around. I found this helped me tie on that little acorn trinket. I went ahead and put the mini glue dot, decide which side I like best, behind the bow. And then I had some, this is retired, but it's copper metallic thread. But you could use any you know, little string or thread you have. I just had this, so I thought I am going to use it to tie my acorn on. And I ran it, because this is so fine, I ran it behind the bow and kind of attached it to that glue dot and then tied my acorn on. You probably can't even see what I'm doing. It's so fine. Hi, Connie. How are you? We're making a little autumn shadow boxy piece of home decor today. Okay. I put several knots in that because it is kind of, it's just such a fine thread and I don't want it to come untied. So now we can just kind of trim our bow. Thank you. My bow's kind of bothering me, but I think it's okay. You know me and bows. There we go. I kind of want it up on the tag. There we go. Okay, that's the project. Isn't that cute? Now, if you wanted to, instead of the home decor, you could just do all that over and do a square card. It'd be a fancy card, and the person who received it better be card worthy. That's what I call people who you're going to give that much embellishment and fun to, better be a card-worthy recipient. Don't give it to a grandkid that's going to throw it in the floor when they open it. Thank you, Donna. Thank you guys for joining me today, and I'll be back Wednesday for Coffee and a Card at 2 p.m. You all go out there and have an awesome Monday. We'll talk to you later. Bye-bye.